Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character Expositor by me, so let's get into it. You wake up slowly, the first sensation being the warmth of the morning sun filtering through the curtains. As you stretch beneath the blankets, something feels wrong. There is an odd weight on your back, and the softness of fur brushing against your skin. Your fingers instinctively reach up to the top of your head, and when you feel yourself touching fur, your breath catches. Fox ears. You have fox ears. Bolting upright, your hands fly to your head, confirming the fur-covered appendages now sprouting from your scalp. Your heart races, and as you panic, you feel something else swishing behind you, and hesitantly, you look down to spot a large, fluffy tail curling around your waist. A soft gasp escapes your lips as you stare in surprise at the new addition to your body. What happened? You whisper to yourself, panic creeping into your voice. The door to your room creaks open, and a familiar presence walks into the room. Arlecchino stands in the doorway, her sharp eyes immediately locking onto you. She is dressed impeccably, as always, her posture straight and commanding, but her eyes narrow the moment she notices the fur-topped ears on your head and the tail that was curled around your waist. Interesting, she says, her voice calm and cool as always, but there is a subtle edge to her tone. She closes the door behind her and steps into the room, her expression unreadable as she watches you closely. Now, how would you explain this? I don't know. I just woke up like this. I don't know how or why. Before you can finish, Arlecchino crosses the room swiftly, her footsteps silent on the floor. And then, she takes a seat next to you on the bed, her eyes never leaving your own, as she reaches out to gently touch one of your fox ears. You flinch slightly at the unfamiliar sensation, and her gaze softens, though only slightly. You're trembling, she observes, her fingers brushing the fur of your ears. You're afraid. Is this change scaring you? You nod, your heart still racing as your tail swishes behind you. I don't understand what's happening to me. What if I stay like this? What if I've changed for good? Her eyes remain fixed on yours, her expression thoughtful, and then her hand moved behind your ear, scratching behind it and making you let out a soft sound. She chuckled at that, looking a little bit amused. Maybe I will use this to my advantage. Arlie, don't say that. I already feel like a mess. I'd say you look quite beautiful like this. And this form does have its advantages. Yes, to you, you said, blushing at how much she was trying to tease you. She was right, though. This form was not so bad after all, but it would take you a while to get used to it. Meanwhile, you would do your best, but from how it was going, it appeared that she would tease you a lot and do her most to take advantage of your current predicament. But as she wrapped her arms around your waist and pulled you in for a hug, you couldn't help but smile, because that was all you needed. The reassurance that she would love you, and that you would have someone supporting you in this new strange form that you're trying to navigate. Venti. Venti came in to the sound of something falling, and then when he walked into the room, he saw you on the floor, with ears on the top of your head, and a very fluffy tail that was not there the night before. What is this? You were speaking to yourself, and for a moment he just watched on, amused. And then he strode in, humming a cheerful tune like nothing was wrong, his eyes lighting up when you noticed him. And then his grin widens. Well, 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 what do we have here? I've got a little cute fox in my room. And how come I'm just seeing this? It's all a little bit strange, is it not? You can practically hear the teasing lilt in his voice, and your cheeks flush with embarrassment. Venti, this isn't funny, you exclaim, tugging at your ears. I woke up like this. I don't know what happened and... Venti cuts you off with a melodic laugh as he glides over to the bed and sits down next to you. Relax, Wayan. It's not every day I get to see my beloved looking so foxy. He winks, clearly enjoying your flustered reaction. And then you shoot him a glare, though it lacks any real anger behind it. Venti, I'm serious. I don't know why I'm like this. What if I stay like this forever? His teasing expression softens, just a bit, though the playful glimmer in his eyes remains, and he reaches out, his fingers gently brushing one of your ears, making it twitch involuntarily under his touch. Maybe you'll stay like this, but you're still as cute as ever, you know. He murmurs. Maybe even cuter with these ears. They soothe you. He whispers, and your heart skips a beat to the tenderness in his tone, and you find yourself relaxing slightly, though the uncertainty still gnaws at the edges of your mind. You really think so? You ask, biting your lip, and Venti's eyes meet your own, his smile softening as he leans in closer, close enough that you can feel the warmth of his breath against your skin. I know so, he whispers, his voice dripping with affection. Besides, it's not like this changes who you are. Kitsune or not, you're still the person I fell in love with, he says, and his words make your chest tighten. And for a moment, the fear and confusion melt away, all replaced by the warmth of his presence. You lean into him slightly, letting your head rest against his shoulder. I just don't know what to do. What if I can't change back? Venti wraps an arm around you, pulling you close, as his other hand lazily strokes your tail, seemingly fascinated by its softness. You shiver at the unfamiliar sensation, but it's oddly comforting to have him near. You know, I wouldn't mind keeping you like this. Think of all the fun we could have. You, with your cute ears and tail, and me, the most charming bard by your side. We'd be the talk of Mondstadt. You huff, rolling your eyes at his antics, but you can't help a small smile tugging at your lips. I can't tell if you're comforting me or just entertaining yourself. He grins, tipping your chin up with a gentle finger to meet his sparkling eyes. And why not both? I am a bard after all. It's kind of my job. I guess you're right. Well, I shouldn't be too worried. I guess you always know how to make things seem less scary. That's the spirit, Venti exclaims, giving your tail a little playful pat. And hey, if you ever want to embrace the kitsune look permanently, I'm all for it. It gives me an excuse to write a whole new set of ballads about my lover, the enchanting fox spirit of Mondstadt. You can't help but laugh at his enthusiasm, your heart feeling lighter with every word. You would really write songs about this? Of course. Imagine the legends I could spin. The Fox and the Wind, starring you and me. It's already a hit. I can feel it. Shaking your head with a smile, you gently shove him, though it's more affectionate than anything else. You're impossible, you know that. And yet, you love me anyway. He replies with a cheeky grin, stealing a quick kiss from your lips. And he was right. You did love him anyway, regardless of how he was. And it would always stay that way, no matter what happened. Xiao. Xiao would come into the room when you called out his name. You felt scared and shocked when you saw yourself in the mirror and needed him in that moment, and so without thinking, you'd called out for him. And that's how he was here now, looking at you. You. What happened? He whispered, his voice shocked. I don't know. I woke up like this, with ears and a tail. I think I'm a kitsune now. Xiao steps closer, his usual composed demeanor faltering slightly. He kneels beside the bed, his golden eyes scanning over your new features. You changed. I don't even know how this happened. I don't want to be stuck like this. Xiao's gaze lingered on your fox ears for a moment, his expression more curious than worried. You've never seen him look so intrigued. It is strange, but he hesitates, his cheeks flushing slightly as he looks away. It suits you. You blink, momentarily caught off guard by his words. Xiao rarely offers compliments, especially unprovoked, and the faint blush on his face makes it clear how shy he feels. Suits me, you ask, your voice softening. He nods slowly, his eyes flitting back to your ears, then to your tail. You've always been so unique. This form, it is different, but it's still you. But somehow, it feels correct, like it was meant to happen. You don't think he looks strange? He shakes his head, his gaze meeting yours earnestly. And then, he shifts slightly, glancing at your tail again, before asking, somewhat hesitantly, "Can I touch it?" His request surprises you. He's rarely this forward, especially when it comes to physical contact. His usual stoic nature is giving way to curiosity, and it's endearing. Sure, you reply, feeling your face heat up. Xiao reaches out carefully, his fingertips brushing against the soft fur of your tail. His touch is hesitant, almost reverent, as if he's afraid of hurting you or overstepping some invisible boundary. But once he's done, he smiles. This is softer than I expected. Your heart skips a beat, and you're blushing brightly. I didn't expect any of this. But I suppose, since you're so used to it already, maybe I can get used to it too. He smiles softly at that, holding your hand gently. Of course, darling. If anyone could overcome this, it is certainly you. And why would that be? Because you're my lover, and I believe in you. Always. He says, and though there are other thoughts in his mind, like how cute and adorable you look, and just how much he's aching to touch those ears, he doesn't say anything at all, because he's patient, and he's willing to wait. He will not embarrass himself so quickly, at least not more than he already thinks he has. And that's fine. For now, he'll do his best to support you the best way that he could.